This down regulation and up regulation will lead to some phenomena in our body. One of it is desensitization. Let us have a look at what is desensitization. It is basically a reduction in response of tissues to the drug. It mainly occurs due to down regulation of receptors, number one, or another reason is the depletion of some intermediate substances. For example, continuous use of amphetamine depletes noradrenaline from the adrenergic nerve terminals. So these are the reasons for this desensitization. And other reasons for desensitization is masking. We can call this masking as a covalent modification or simply the phosphorylation of the receptors. It means that when the receptor is phosphorylated, it is no longer available for the new drug. So in this case, when the receptor is not available, it means it will lead towards desensitization. In Now this desensitization is can be classified into two types. Number one, homologous, or number two, heterologous. Let us talk about the homologous desensitization. So this is the desensitization when it is limited to only to agonists of one receptor. After they are being repeatedly administered, it is called as homologous desensitization. In other case, in response to all the agents that occur through different receptors but produces the same response is decreased by exposure to any one of the agent is called heterologous desensitization. So heterologous desensitization is often seen when different receptors produces the same type of effect. It is a little bit complex. Let us understand it with an example that different receptors which are producing the same effect using a same signaling pathway. It means that there are number different drugs, they are acting on different receptors, but the effect of those receptors are same and they are using the same signaling pathway. Let us take an example that histamine and acetylcholine, these are two drugs. They basically, both of these two drugs contract smooth intestinal muscles, and they contract the intestinal muscles with the help of a pathway that is phospholipase C pathway that involves the inositol triphosphate and diacylglycerol. So continuous use of any one of these agents results in desensitization, which may lead to decreased response to another drug. That there are two drugs which are acting through the same signaling pathway and their response is same, right, but they are acting on different receptors. So if one of these drugs is continuously used and it leads to desensitization, the response to the other drug will also be desensitized. It is called heterologous desensitization. The desensitization process will lead to some responses in our body, one of which is tachyphylaxis. So what is tachyphylaxis? This term tachyphylaxis is conventionally used to describe a rapid appearance or progressive decrease in tissue response, which is also called desensitization following repeated administration of a drug. Now, we often use the term tachyphylaxis and desensitization interchangeably or synonymously, but they carry different meanings. You must keep this in mind. The term tachyphylaxis is used mainly for the reduction in response on successive administration of same dose of an agonist. Same dose of an agonist is being administered successively, whereas desensitization is a broader term. It indicates reduction in response following the administration of either a single large dose or a repetitive dose of small or similar agonists. It means that either it is homologous desensitization, or if there are different agonists, then it is heterologous desensitization. So tachyphylaxis is not a broader term. It means a rapid decrease in response to a drug after repeated administration, repeated doses over a short period of time. And it must be kept in mind that increasing the dose of drug will not increase the pharmacological response in case of tachyphylaxis. It occurs due to the down regulation of receptors, number one, or due to the depletion of essential substances that I have discussed earlier. So Tachyphylaxis is basically a rapid decrease in response to a drug upon repeated doses over a short period of time. Whereas tolerance is conventionally used to describe a gradual decrease in responsiveness. Again, desensitization to a drug, but it will take days or weeks to develop. Unlike tachyphylaxis, tolerance cannot be demonstrated in vitro experimental conditions. It must be kept in mind. Additionally, in case of tachyphylaxis, we have studied that increased dose does not elicit pharmacological response, whereas in case of tolerance, an increased dose will produce a maximal response. Now, there are multiple mechanisms which account for the development of tolerance. For example, induction of microsomal enzymes in case of barbiturates. We have discussed this earlier, the induction of microsomal enzymes, that upon continuous exposure of drugs which are enzyme inducers, microsomal enzymes are induced inside our body. And one thing must be kept in mind, that this process, as we have discussed earlier, will take time. So tolerance will take time to develop. So when once the microsomal enzymes are induced, they will start to metabolize the drugs. So the example of this induction of microsomal enzymes is the barbiturates. And there might be down regulation of some receptors, for example opioid analgesics. And a third mechanism that is involved in tolerance is the activation of hemostated mechanisms. For example, the activations of compensatory mechanisms inside the body. For example, this occurs when we this example can be explained with the use of vasodilators, which are basically antihypertensive. So the compensatory response that occurs, it is a type of the tolerance.